What's up, guys, and welcome back to ManCave Collectible Reviews, coming at you today with another figure review. But today, this is not just any figure review. This is a figure review that we've really all been waiting on, myself included. We're looking at the Robosen Optimus Prime. This was a collaboration between Robosen Robotics and Hasbro. One of the coolest toys I have ever seen in my life, if not the coolest toy I've ever seen in my life. Optimus may do some things on his own over there. You can see he's standing there breathing as we speak. He randomly does some, there you go, greetings from Optimus Prime. So he's just gonna kind of hang out until his turn. But the first thing we wanna do is just take a look at the box that he comes in. See, we got a real nice kind of embossed print of Optimus Prime there on our box, collector's edition up there at the top. Transformers limited edition. He's number 2637. And then we got some branding information down there for Transformers as well as Hasbro. As we come on around to the side, you can see just a continuation of that Optimus Prime artwork. Got the Autobot insignia there on the back, as well as some Robosen branding. And then on this side, we get a little bit about what he can actually do. Voice control, interactive play, manual control via the mobile app, complete missions, and then an action library. So that's his box. All right, and then once you open the box, you have another box. And this box is almost built like a suitcase, and don't mind Optimus over there. He's decided to strike a pose on his own there, kind of in between the cuts. But this box has a very quality styrofoam feel. I don't know if it's styrofoam. It doesn't break apart like styrofoam does. It is definitely more durable than that. But you can see here on the top of this box, there is a carrying handle. And then as we go around to the sides, there is actually a little locking mechanism that you can unlock on each side of this carrying case to actually be able to open up. And there's Optimus just moving on his own. But to actually be able to open up the contents and see what is inside. So we'll kind of spread that open so you guys can just see how the internals of that box looks. You've got some power cables. His smokestacks were in one of these. You can see I've already applied the smokestacks that were very easy. They just popped right on. He also comes with this little box here, which actually has a small tab there on the side. You pop that tab in, and it will open up to reveal his blaster and his Energon axe. All right, guys, so one thing that I want to go ahead and cover right off the bat was just I want you to get the scale of this guy in your mind. What you see to the left of our Robosen Transforming Optimus Prime is TE01. That's Transform Elements Masterpiece Optimus Prime, which is probably my favorite Masterpiece Optimus Prime on the market at this point. Definitely rivaling MP44. MP44 I know is kind of in a league of its own from a price standpoint and very well made, but from a cost standpoint, this is my favorite Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Now you can see here just how large this Prime is. He is massive. We're talking about 18 inches in height there to the top of his head. Just a very large, bulky, heavy figure. Does have some die cast, some metal bits and pieces in there. Has some plastic as well to kind of make up the full body of this guy. Lighting effects, you'll see some of those probably as we go. I do have a lot of kind of lighting on him just to make sure that he's good and lit up so you guys can see him. But there are some different lighting effects and things that we'll be able to take a look at. So he does come with just a little quick start guide here. When you first take him out of packaging, you open it up and it kind of just gives you some quick things that you can do really quick, how to turn him on. There's a power button there. But let's just go ahead and we'll start here. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Convert. So that's the conversion process. You can see here, again, with the size of him in his truck mode versus an MP size transformer there. All right, guys, so I've got Optimus Prime kind of off to the right side of the camera here. We're going to show you just his rollout feature. Don't need to roll off the end of the table. That is not where we want our $700 transformer to end up. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Roll out.
Let's roll.
Now, let's go ahead and look at a couple of the other voice commands that it does have. First off, let's just go ahead and transform him. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Transform. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Move right. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Move left. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Turn right. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Turn. So that's pretty cool there. You can actually turn him because when he does his converting, you know, it's sometimes hard to tell exactly where he's going to end up facing or whatnot. So it's cool that they give you the option to be able to turn him. But I still think it is super creepy how he stands there and breathes. For you guys that are, you know, Small Soldiers fans, tell me this does not look like Archer, you know, standing there. I mean, it's crazy to me how realistic this guy looks just standing there, you know, breathing. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Are we friends?
You are my friend.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Who are you?
I am the leader of the Autobots.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Guard.
The Autobots need your help to defeat the Decepticons.
We'll get him turned around facing back toward the camera here. As he moves and does a lot of his things, depending on the type of surface you're on, he can spin or slide some. So I'm on a very kind of a slick wooden surface here. So he does do a little more sliding. There are no kind of grippers on the bottom of his feet. But if you were to have him on carpet, he probably would not slide as much. You know, I definitely would not recommend. This is one thing I was very worried about was the paint. You know, as he's greetings, as he was converting back and forth, walking. So apparently he was tired of being in robot mode, but this is good because we can actually see the rear tail lights on this guy. So that's pretty cool. You can also get a good look at the back there where the speaker is. The speaker is right there above my finger. That is where the speaker is coming out of. Smokestacks, everything. Really, really nice sculpt here, to be honest with you. It's very clean when it's in its robot mode. I'm sorry, when it's in its truck mode. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Transform. So there you go. Every now and then I do notice that with some of the commands, he does do his own thing. So you may command him to do a certain thing and he just does his own thing. So, you know, I don't know, you know, what's up with that. There's times where you may use like the rollout feature and he rolls out and then at the end of it, he just stops. And then I've had some times where I use the rollout feature, he rolls out and then at the end of it, he transforms into robot mode and goes into a speech, you know? So it's like, it's hard to really tell, you know, I guess he's a robot, he's got a mind of his own to some extent, but you don't know if it's something that he's picked up on in your language that's making him kind of act out of character. You know, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Energon.
I may be low on Energon, but I still have enough to conquer you, Megatron.
So that's him struggling. He has all kinds of different options and things that you can do with this guy. Once you actually enable the app on your phone, which I can go ahead and show kind of some examples there of different things that he can do as far as through the app on the phone. He can do push-ups, he can play the air guitar. We'll go ahead and show some of those things now. All right, guys, and just to show you a little bit about the app and how that works. So you can see here we have an app with a lot of different options. So here's your missions. You can create kind of some of your own controls. You can remote control Optimus Prime like you would an RC car. And then you have actions here. So if you click on the action, and actually have the sound turned off because it is playing the Transformers cartoon music and that'll get a copyright strike. So I can't play that. But it does play that within the app for you. Now, you're able to do a lot of the commands through the app on your phone. Now, once you connect him to your phone, you do lose the ability to do voice commands. So you're pretty much stuck to the phone at that point. So we'll go back to the main menu here. We will go into our remote control because we do want to go ahead and convert him. So we'll go ahead and click the convert button. And as you can see, that did convert Optimus Prime over into his robot mode, and you're able to go back. If you want to leave the robot mode, you can do that here. You have some other commands here if you want to use the gun, the battle axe. So this is where you'd actually use the battle axe. Put that, you could assemble that into his hand. So we'll go ahead and go back. We'll go back into our actions here. So you can see you have a lot of kind of presets that are already within the app itself. So we'll say no more reminders there.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
So that was the freedom option. Let's do a different one here. Let's do be cool. And then we'll go in, let's do a hero pose.
Till all are one.
So that's pretty cool. It's kind of reminiscent of like our Iron Man from the MCU. Now he also, within the controls area of the app here, you can download more actions. And this is where Robosen said they would continue to update this guy and provide him with additional actions that he can do. So you just come in and download them and he basically learns them. Now I went in and downloaded everything here with the exception of this one. And this one here says the action has not yet reached the download time. Please download after 12/11/21. So this one will be available very soon. So this is kind of, I guess they're showing us that, hey, we're going to continue to add additional features into this guy for us. Now, you can see here, these are all the different things that he can do. So, if we want to do drums, it shows you kind of what that looks like. And then you can download the movement, which if you do, it already shows that we've been downloading those. And he's just striking a pose in the background. So we'll go back. We don't need to download any additional ones, but I thought this was here pretty cool. Push-ups. We've also got an option here for funny push-ups. So pretty neat. Optimus kind of gives off the impression that he is struggling there with the push-ups. We'll do a couple more here. We could spend all day doing these.
More than meets the eye.
Next one, we'll do a play guitar. That one may give me a copyright strike. If you notice that there's no Transformers music playing and I kind of had to make it silent, it is because it tried to hit me with a copyright strike. So we may not be able to play that one. And then also here, we'll do one last one here. Let's do Be in Error.
Sometimes, even the wisest of men and machines can be in error.
So that's just some of the things you can do, guys, as far as the app is concerned. Again, you do have the option here to remote control him, which is pretty cool. This is kind of your directional pad. You can, make him walk, turn. If I want him to go backward, you just hold down and he goes backward. If you want him to go forward,
Let's go.
you just hold forward, he goes forward. He doesn't have his weapons in his hand, but, let's say he had his gun in his hand. And then if you wanted to convert him back, you could do that. So just a little bit of things that you can do within the app itself. You also can actually control him in his truck mode, much like a remote control vehicle, within the app itself. So he can turn left, turn right, go forward, go backward. So that's kind of a cool feature there. My kids will probably enjoy doing that kind of around the home. Those tires that you see on him, those are actually rubber tires, so they do very well on any, probably really any type of flooring, prime, strike, and oppose, which I think is completely warranted for this guy. He can do what he wants. I'm not going to tell him otherwise. All right, so I went ahead and put his blaster in his hand. So let's see how it looks if we tell him to open fire. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Open fire.
Fire now.
Pretty cool. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Attack.
Prepare for battle.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Megatron.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
All right, guys, so we've got the Energon axe installed here. So we'll kind of see what that looks like as well. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Attack.
Prepare for battle.
Left hand is stuck. Reboot to restore. Left hand is stuck.
All right, so what that is
Reboot to restore.
I've apparently given him a command that
Left hand is stuck.
is not
Reboot to restore.
compatible with the Energon
Left
axe.
hand is stuck. Reboot to restore. Left.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime.
So here is the Energon axe. I'll have to figure out actually which commands actually work with the Energon axe, but it basically has a peg. You just peg it down into his hand, and then he can, swing it around. But apparently the attack command is not part of the Energon axe feature because it doesn't allow him to move the hand the way he wants to do it or move that wrist the way he wants to do it. The wrist is articulated there, and he can move it around. Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Shutdown.
Autobots never give up.
So there is the shutdown feature. If you want him to basically, if you want to just pose him on a shelf, he cannot stand in a off position. He basically just collapses down, just almost like a puppet would collapse if the puppeteer was not controlling him. So he has that same feature. He just goes limp. So you actually have a shutdown feature here where you can say shutdown, and he goes into almost like a sleep mode to where his body's not going to crumble to the ground, but he's powered his lights off and things like that.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime.
And when you use the shutdown feature, you do have to go ahead and repower him on using the power button. And you can see he introduces himself and stands back up in his position. Now, he will hold his truck position pretty well even when powered off. So that's the way I'll have to display him on my shelf when he's not in use, will be in the truck mode. He holds together pretty well. Now, if you go to picking him up, he's pretty much just loose joints. He's just pretty much limp from that standpoint, but at least he'll hold that truck position in a pretty good position. So you can put him on your shelf and display him that way. So guys, that is kind of my quick overview of the Robosen self-transforming Optimus Prime. I'm super happy to have this guy. Let me know what you guys think of him down in the comments. Did any of you guys pick him up? Do any of my subscribers and supporters, did any of you guys actually pick this guy up? If you enjoyed this overview and review of Optimus Prime, hit that like button for me. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're quickly approaching 7,000 subs, and we'll have our giveaway at 7,000. We do a giveaway every 1,000 subs. And we're also going to be doing our giveaway for the 400 likes on last week's toy hunt. There he is striking his pose again for you guys. He is showing off for sure. But we got our 400 likes on a hunt video that we were setting up as a goal. So here very soon we'll be getting into that giveaway over on my Instagram page as well. So if you don't follow me currently on Instagram, go check me out there, ManCave Collectible Reviews. And again, drop those comments down below. Let me know what you think of this guy. Was he worth the money? That's the real question. For me, I do believe he is. This is one of the most remarkable pieces of technology I've ever seen in the collector world, the adult collector world. And it really just goes to show where we're headed here. I think we're headed in a direction over the next probably decade or two where, our toys, our collectible toys, may be doing more and more things on their own versus just standing on shelves. So I think this is really cool. Robosen is a company definitely ahead of its time, being able to put something together like this. Would you guys like to see a Bumblebee? How cool would it be to have a in-scale Bumblebee? A Bumblebee that comes up to about his waist that could do a lot of these same type of transformations and commands. That would be a really cool thing. Or even interact with this Optimus Prime. I think that would be a very sweet addition to the self-transforming collection. If we can call it that. Hopefully it'll become that as we continue to move on. And they're going to continue to add additional features and additional commands to this guy. I already noticed in the app there's a command that is, I believe, becoming available December the 12th in the app. I went and tried to download it, and it said it wasn't available yet. It will not be available until December 12th, I believe. So it's cool that they're going to continue to update this guy as we go. The one question I do have, I don't know what we're going to do as far as servos and motors if things break or fail or just wear out over time. That will be an interesting thing to see how all that is handled. I dread the day that any of us have to deal with that type of issue. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all this. Optimus Prime striking a pose on the way out. Drop those comments down below. Love to hear from you guys. Until next time.